Hi guys, 18 Dapper here and welcome to this match preview for Tuesday night's fixture. It's a big 6-pointer near the bottom of the table. It's Gillingham versus Doncaster Rovers. Let's get the video started. So guys, welcome to this match preview. As I said in the intro, it's a big 6-pointer for both teams down near the bottom of League One. It's Gillingham versus Doncaster Rovers. If you're an existing subscriber, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for sticking around. If this video has brought you to the channel, please consider sticking around and clicking that subscribe button. But if you are new, this is a format that will go through match previews. We'll look at the previous meetings between the two clubs. We'll look at current form across all competitions. I pick a Doncaster Rovers player out to profile. We'll look at the opponent, a brief history, honours and my opinion on the one to watch for you guys. As I always say though, you know your club much better than what I do, so please in the comments down below if you think I'm wrong. And then to round the video off, there's 3 predictions. We've got my predicted team lineup for this fixture thanks to FanHub. We've got the predictions league table, so there's a little update on that for me and the family, and then my score prediction for the fixture to finish the video off. So without further ado, let's get into the previous meetings between Gillingham and Doncaster Rovers. And we faced off 68 times in our history, Rovers coming out on top on 14 occasions. Gillingham, it's in their favour, 34 wins out of the 68, and we've shared the spoils on 20 games. Looking back at the last 5, it is also in Gillingham's favour with 2 draws and 2 defeats for the Rovers with 1 victory in the last 5. So we'll go back to 2019-20 season. The home game in August was a 1-1 draw, and then we played each other in the FA Cup at Priestfield, and that was a 3-0 defeat. And then a little bit later in that season, the away fixture was a 2-1 win to Gillingham. And then in the 2020-21 season, it was a home win for the Rovers, 2-1, and then an away draw, 2-2. Is a draw enough for us on Tuesday night? I think we need the win personally, but it's a big couple of weeks for the Rovers. But yeah, looking at the history, it's definitely in Gillingham's favour coming into this one. On current form though, it's 2 teams in poor form. We've got the Rovers with 2 wins in the last 5 with 3 defeats. Gillingham coming into this one with 1 win and off the back of 4 straight defeats. A poor start to the season sees Gills fans looking over the shoulders at the bottom 4 at the minute. They've only got 2 wins from their opening 13 games with 5 draws and 6 defeats. Leaves them at the minute on 11 points. So they'll be wanting to get points on the board as soon as possible. And Doncaster at the minute, to everybody in the League One table, is a winnable game. Especially at home. Our away form yet to win a game away. Yet to get a point away. So yeah, it's a tough call. And it's a tough ask to get anything from this game in my opinion. But although Gillingham are coming into this one off the back of 4 defeats, they've not been outplayed in any of those games, and they've been against decent teams in the league as well, and Ipswich in the Papa John's Trophy. But for me, they were unfortunate not to get something against Sunderland on Saturday. Played well, Sunderland went down to 10 men, Gillingham put the pressure on but just couldn't find that elusive equalising goal. And I think if we're put under the same amount of pressure as what they put Sunderland under, we could be in for a long old evening away from home. On to the Rovers, the difficulties at Donny just not going away at the minute. Decent result before the international break against high-flying MK Dons gave us a bit of optimism, a bit of positivity around the club, but we just weren't we just weren't at it against a very well drilled Wickham, a very physical Wickham. But in fairness, Wickham didn't get out of second gear. The quick goal 2-3 minutes in flattened the crowd, flattened the team by the looks of it, and then Akinfenwa getting the second goal on the 17th minute made it a fairly routine win for Wickham on Saturday because we were lacking any sort of threat up front. We struggled to get hold of the game in the midfield, and those 2 areas coupled with the poor defending from the 2 crosses led to us losing our 8th game in 11, and we are now rooted at the bottom of the table. We've been there for pretty much all of the season, in fairness. But yeah, things need to change very quickly, and as I say, we've got a pivotal point in our season where we're playing Gillingham, who are down there with us, Cheltenham, who are doing well this season. I think probably overachieving their expectations, but on paper they should be a team that we should be getting points against. Cambridge, who are just outside of the bottom four. Charlton, who are in and around it with us. So yeah, the next 4 games, massive for the Rovers. Hopefully we can get, for me, we need between 6, 9, 10 points from those. I don't want to see us losing a game, but at the minute I can't see us winning one, which is not great to say as a Rovers fan. So yeah, disappointing day at the office on Saturday. We just we weren't at it. Wickham didn't need to get out of second gear. And for me, I've said it time and time again, don't mind getting beat. I do mind not seeing effort or a performance level put in, and unfortunately that's what we got on Saturday. So hopefully there's a response on Tuesday night against Gillingham. Moving on to the player profile. For this video I've gone with Tommy Rowe. Really surprised to see him back at the Rovers. I think he's a fantastic player. Currently playing at left back, 33-year-old, but he can play in midfield as well, and I would sooner see him play higher up the pitch, because this season he's got a couple of goals for us. I think he's more effective higher up the pitch, but we don't really have anybody as good as Tommy Rowe to sit in at left back. So at the minute he's doing a job in there for us. Previous clubs: Stockport County, Peterborough, Wolves, Scunny. He had a stint at Rovers prior to moving to Bristol City, and at Bristol City that's where he got utilised as kind of a left back, left wing back, and he seems to have settled into that and come back to the Rovers as a left back / left wing back. But as I say, much rather see him further up the pitch creating, because he's got that ability to do so higher up the pitch. We've not got anybody to fill that gap. So yeah, Tommy Rowe left back at the minute. 476 appearances across his career, 68 goals. And like I say, very surprised to see him drop back down to League One. I think he's got the ability to be a championship player. It's not quite clicking for the whole squad at Donny this season. I hope it does over the coming weeks. But I think Tommy Rowe could be pivotal to that experience that he's got across a number of different leagues. Could be vital to helping the younger members of the squad. But for me, this season so far has been one of the standout performers, and more consistent as well. So glad to see Tommy Rowe back in a Rovers shirt. Moving on to the opponent, Gillingham, founded in 1893, currently managed by Steve Evans. I've said it before, Steve Evans is a bit of a Marmite manager. You either love him or hate him. I sit on the side of the fence where I do not like him. Just his whole persona just doesn't sit right. But what I will say is he sets up a team that are very difficult to play against, very difficult to beat, and I think you'd rather have him in your dugout than not in your dugout when you come to face him. Very vocal on the sideline, toys out at pram all the time. Similarities to Richie Wellens, really. You can put it down to passion, but for me, Steve Evans just doesn't appeal to me. But having said that, around 35, 36% win rate at Gillingham is not too bad. He's not done bad as a manager elsewhere as well. And as I say, he sets up teams that are very difficult to beat. Tough start to the season. Has he got it in him to turn it around and pull Gillingham up the table? Time will tell on that one. Recent honours for Gillingham: League 2 champions in 2012-13, League 2 playoff winners in 2009 and League 1 playoff winners in 2000. So they'll be looking to stay in League 1 this season, and potentially push on over the next couple of years, and try and get back into the Championship where they've been before. And for me, the player to watch for Gillingham on Tuesday night is their main man, Verdane Oliver. 5 goals this season so far, top scorer for Gillingham. I think if he's given the time and space against our defence at the minute, he could get at least a brace. Couple of goals for Verdane on Tuesday night, I think. Very good player. I'll be surprised to see him at Gillingham beyond January if Gillingham are in the same situation or a similar situation to what they're in now. I think a striker of his calibre and goal scoring ability could be elsewhere come the end of the transfer window at the end of January. As I say, top scorer for Gillingham. Goal scorers are few and far between, so I'd be very surprised to see Gillingham keep hold of him, as I say, if they're in the same position as they are currently. But for me, the one to watch for Gillingham Tuesday night, Verdane Oliver. Moving on to the predicted lineup, this is thanks to FanHub. If you've not got the app yet, please go ahead and download it. Plenty of plenty of content on there from other creators, and there's lots of things to do on it as well, so please download that. I do have a golden ticket. There's only 2 users remaining on this, so if you are in the queue, please be quick. It is 18D-AG8. That will help. That'll mean that you skip the queue, you're straight into the app, and you can start using it as everybody else is and start competing with fellow fans. As I say, 2 users on that, so please be quick. And my predicted team lineup for the Tuesday night game against Gillingham is unchanged from my last one. I think Darberg will be in goal. Back 4 of Noyle, Williams, Anderson and Rowe. Midfield 3 of Close, Bostock and Galbraith. Galbraith was probably the most positive player that came on against Wickham, so I think he needs to start. And then a front 3 of Dodu, Hiwula and Chakur leading the line. Hopefully that's the squad that will get us something from this game on Tuesday night. Moving on to the Predictions League table. If you're new to this, me and the family predict the scoreline for every single league game. If we get it right, we get 3 points. If we get the result right but not the scoreline, we get 1 point. And if we get it completely wrong, we get no points. And Saturday, none of us got it right. Nobody's got the result right, nobody got the outcome right, so no change in the table, no change on points. So I'm still leading the way on 9 points. My dad's in second on 8, and Chris and Max joint third on 6 points. If you do want to keep up to date with this before the next video, I do post our predictions on my Twitter account before kick-off, so please go and follow me. Link is in the description down below. And finally, the score prediction for Tuesday night's game. I think it's going to be a tough, tight encounter. As I say, Steve Evans sets teams up very difficult to beat. I don't think there's going to be any different. Massive 6-pointer. They'll look at this and think it's a winnable game. So I think they'll come out all guns blazing. I just hope that we perform better than what we did on Saturday. We put the effort in there that I've seen previously this season, and we come away with something. So I'm going to stick my neck out and say we are going to come away with something. I'm going with a 1-1 draw. Hope we win though. And that is it for this preview. If you've enjoyed it, please stick a big thumbs up on it for us, please. Comments in the section down below. If you haven't subscribed already, please do click the button. Be around here somewhere. And all that's left for me to say is thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.